You are welcome to Messiah Revelation Ministry. I thank all of you for watching our channel and also commenting. And I also thank those who sent information to me. Somebody sent some videos to me, and one of them, the title is From Hebrews to Negroes. That's the title of the video that was sent to me through my email. My email is raptureafrica@yahoo.com. Small letters, raptureafrica@yahoo.com. For the one who sent the video to me, From Hebrews to Negroes, I've looked at the video, and so I'm making my commentary about it. And so today we are discussing the topic from Hebrews to Negroes. How come the children of Jacob, who are Hebrews, became Negroes in the United States? So I guess that my discussion will throw light on some issues for our discussion. And the first question we ask is, are the African Americans in the United States, are they descendants of Hebrews? We have to go to the Bible to answer the question, and we have to go to Genesis, and we have to know the story of the movement of the children of Jacob to Egypt, which is an African country and was an African country ruled by black people at that time. And we also have to believe the intermarriages that occurred between the children of Jacob and the Africans at that time, whether you are talking about Moses or you are talking about Joseph, who was the first Hebrew child from Jacob to move to Egypt. And we also remember that after the intermarriages and the mingling of the children of Hebrews and Africans, there was the Exodus. And after that, there was wars in Israel, and there was a dispersal of people, and they settled in other parts of the world, including West Africa. And for a history on that, you can look to Josephus, who was a Jewish historian, and you can also read the book From Babylon to Timbuktu. That's the title of the book. Of course, it tells you that there was a journey from Babylon to Timbuktu, evidencing the movement of the children of Jacob to places like Timbuktu. And you can also read the book Hebrewism in West Africa, which is a record of the influence of Hebrews in West Africa, which is an evidence that the children of the Hebrews settled in West Africa before the slave trade. And it's obvious that the children of Jacob settled in West Africa, and as a result of the slavery, they were moved to other parts of the world, including the United States. And the Bible is very clear for the records. If you are reading Deuteronomy 28:68, where the Lord said that, of course, the children of Abraham, Jacob, they will be sent to Egypt again by the way of ships. It's important that the mentioning of ships indicates that we are not talking about the first movement of the children of Jacob to Egypt. They didn't go by ships, but in Deuteronomy 28:68, the Lord specifically is talking about ships. That refers to the shipment of the children of Jacob to the United States, which occurred, I believe, in 1619. And it's also on record that the Lord also told Abraham that his descendants will be strangers in the foreign land, and they will be afflicted for 400 years. And that came true. And if you look at the history of the slavery and the slave trade and the affliction of the children of Jacob, the African Americans in the United States, from 1619 to, if you add 400 years, that would be 2020. 2020 would be the first year after the 400 years, 1619 to 2019, and so the year 2020 would be the first year after the 400 years of captivity. We are still on the topic from Hebrews to Negroes, and I'm not going to talk too much. I'm going to give only one example, and I'm focusing on the Ashantis in West Africa. The Ashantis, they are the people who are in modern-day Ghana, formerly the Gold Coast. And a lot of studies have been done about the Ashantis, and we can go to the Bible to look at the history of the Ashantis. And you will go to the book of Joshua, chapter 15, verse 42, where it mentions the names of some places, and one of them is Ashan. If you read Joshua 15:42, you see Ashan. Ashanti, the T means the people of Ashan. So Ashanti will mean the people of Ashan, the Ashanti. And so the Bible, specifically in Joshua chapter 15, verse 42, talks about the place, the Ashan, where the Ashantis came from. Joshua chapter 15, verse 42 puts the Ashantis directly in the Bible as descendants of Hebrews, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The Ashantis settled in what is modern-day Ghana. And if you look at the old maps, we had the kingdom of Judah. The kingdom of Judah is showing that the people who lived there were descendants of the tribe of Judah, the same tribe that our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ comes from. So the old map of Africa had a place called the Kingdom of Judah that was located in West Africa, where we have modern Ghana. And the map is no longer there. It has been destroyed, but that is a historic record that there used to be a place called the Kingdom of Judah, and that is a record of the fact that those people were descendants of the tribe of Judah who migrated to settle in that part of the world. The slave trade took them to many parts of the world, including the United States. And it is on record that Ghana in West Africa has most of the slave castles from where slaves were taken to other parts of the world, principally in the United States. So that is also a record there. Barack Obama came to Ghana, Michelle Obama came there. Many African Americans also have traced their roots to the former Gold Coast, where slaves were taken to other parts of the world. It is also on record that a lot of people were taken as slaves from the Gold Coast to Jamaica. And so there's a link between Ghana and Jamaica, and you can see the Ashantis and Jamaica. And there are some places in Jamaica that are named with Ashanti names, despite the fact that it has been long since these people departed from the Gold Coast to Jamaica. It's also on record that Jamaicans like Bob Marley, and they trace their roots to Ghana, the Gold Coast, and Rita Marley, who is the wife of Bob Marley, decided to settle in Ghana, knowing very well that that's where she traces her ancestry. It is a biblical record that the Ashantis lived in a place, Joshua 15 verse 42, and it's also noted that most of the slaves that were taken to the United States were from the Gold Coast, and now Ghana, which has most of the slave castles in Africa. Most of the slaves then who were sent to other parts of the world, you can see that they are from Africa, Ghana, and therefore they are descendants of the Ashantis, who are traced to Joshua chapter 15 verse 42. And so there's no question, it's not disputed that the African Americans who were taken in ships to the United States were fulfilling the prophecy in Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 68, as they were taken by ships. They didn't go on road, they didn't go on camels, and they have been in the United States for 400 years, beginning in 1619 to 2019. And you can also see prophecy being fulfilled, because in 2020, consistent with the prophecy in Genesis chapter 15 verse 13 to 14, the nation where they were scattered to, i.e. the United States, Egypt, United States, is now going under judgment. You can talk about the COVID judgment, you can talk about the election judgment, and you are also talking about other judgments that are coming. So the United States is being judged. All the prophecies about the so-called Negroes, actually they are children of the Hebrews, but they were sent to a place where they were called Negroes. The prophecies are coming to pass. Deuteronomy 28:68 has come to pass. Genesis 15:13 to 14 is now being fulfilled as judgment is ongoing. And a very hopeful prophecy in Isaiah chapter 11 verse 12 will come to pass. Isaiah chapter 11 verse 12 says that the Messiah, Jesus Christ, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, will come, and he will regather the scattered of Judah from all the corners where they were scattered to. That's the hope that you should have if you are a Negro. They call you a Negro, but you are actually a Hebrew, and you will be regarded consistent with prophecy. What I'm telling you is not supported only by the Bible, is also not supported by history only, is also supported by divine revelation. I want to remind you that in the year 1900, there was a war. The British waged war against the Ashantis, and they burned their cities. And the British soldiers found some documents that were hidden, and the documents were written in Hebrew and Aramaic language. So why would African tribes hold documents written in Hebrews and Aramaic languages? Is because they are Hebrews, and they preserve those documents from where they came from and where they settled. And in 1900, the year 1900, when the British fought the Ashantis and burned their cities, the British soldiers miraculously found documents written in Hebrews and Aramaic. I'm not sure whether documents have been destroyed, but what I'm telling you is that the history of the Hebrews, the African Hebrews, have been distorted and have been destroyed, but the Lord is saying that with that knowledge my people will perish. Thank God that the Lord is opening the chance for people to know the history that was destroyed. And so my conclusion is that the title of the video that someone sent to me, From Hebrews to Negroes, is very symbolic, is very prophetic. It's true that the African Americans are descendants of Hebrews, as supported by the Bible, and the prophecies in the Bible are supported by historical records, particularly when you are taking the case of the Ashantis, who are straight in the Bible. If you read Joshua chapter 15 verse 42, and even if you study the custom of the Ashantis, there's a similarity between the Ashanti customs and the customs of the ancient Hebrews. And one example is the breastplate, the breastplate that was worn by the Hebrew priests. Is similar to the breastplate worn by the Ashanti king. The breastplate is a garment, it's worn on the chest, and that is a similarity of custom. Names and ceremonies of the Ashantis are similar to the ceremonies that were practiced in ancient Israel by the Hebrews. Of course, it's because of the historical lineage between the Ashantis and the Hebrews, and those who were taken from West Africa to the other parts of the world, who were scattered, including African Americans, are descendants of Hebrews. Keep hope alive, because Isaiah chapter 11 verse 12 is saying that the Messiah will gather the scattered of the tribes of Judah from all the four corners of the earth, to fulfill the prophecies that have been told about the Hebrews, those who other people call the Negroes, who other people call African Americans. And so that answers our question whether the African Americans are Hebrews, and whether they will be regarded. Thank you for this message.